Welcome to Brian's Art of Creation. And basically, this is going to be a little intro for you guys. I'm going to ease you guys into the idea and the concept that I'm going after. We're looking at a weekly, hopefully a weekly type of video series that I can kind of help you guys unlock your own creativity and help you break through different obstacles that you might be you might be going through. So, just getting started, how does creativity unlock, your mind and your worries, and how is it going to help you break through? Well, every single change that you're going to have is going to start with the mindset that you believe, or the mindset that you guys have instilled in you, whether it be from the way that you were raised, the way that you grew up, things that you've been through. So what I want to do is I'm going to teach you a way to use creativity to kind of shift and make the best use of that mindset, and maybe even develop a new one if you need one. Whenever I get into a creative state, it's one of those to where I go into it and I just lose track of everything. It helps me to think. It helps me to overcome any challenges, personal, whether it doesn't have to be strictly towards art-wise either. Certain family issues, certain things like that, it really helps me take a step back from the situation, think, and come to answers and conclusions a lot faster. So to get started, how is creativity going to do that? How is getting in and sculpting or drawing or coloring, how is something like that going to do that? Well, first off, whenever you go into a creative state, I feel that you drift into your own magical world, your own place that is entirely your own, something that nobody can kind of mess with you. Society doesn't have its impact, and you can just go off and have fun, do whatever you want. It's your own personal world, and that's one of the things that you get from creativity, and just diving into something that is entirely your own. It'll also help you to unlock and get through some of the emotions that you might be going through, some of your dark times that you might be facing. You can use creativity as one of those tools, and that's what I'm going to refer to creativity a lot as, because it's a tool that you can use. It's not just something that you wait to happen, or I'm gonna go do this when I feel like it or when I feel good. I'm going to have this in my toolbox to where if something's happening, I can go to it and use it, and it'll give me an outcome that I'm ready for. So, so like I was saying, you can use it as a tool for when, you're having some family issues or something like that, because what it does is it shifts your focus from the issue or the plant or the issue on hand. And one of the biggest problems that you're having when you have one of those problems is you're trying to figure out a solution. However, you're focused so hard on finding the solution and what it's going to be if you don't do this. If I don't do this, if I don't do this, if I don't do this, then this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And what actually ends up happening is that your brain is just so overloaded with different things that you're trying to come up with an answer, but there's no space for it. So using creativity as a tool, it's something that'll it'll free up your mind, and when you do it correctly, you'll actually take your mind off of everything, and it'll clear up a lot of open space. And then with that open space, that's when all those ideas will come, and you'll actually be able to come up with answers and solutions. How many of you guys have remembered or noticed this, to where you're sitting there forcing yourself trying to focus on a problem, and you just can't come to the answer and you give up? And then you go take the dog for a walk, you go take a shower or something like that, and all of a sudden it pops up. The reason is because you don't have all of this stuff weighing down your mind, and now you finally have free space. Like when I was working on this and trying to come up with ideas and how to relate this to you guys, and should I do video or should I do blogs, I had a whole bunch of stuff, and my problem I ran into was I was trying to force the answers out. Even though I know that doesn't work, sometimes you don't always remember it, and then it clicked to me, and I'm like, you know what, I need to get into my creative state. I was trying to figure out ideas, And I even I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a break because I know that's a tool. Take a break, take your mind off of it. However, my problem was I was still thinking about it. I went to the park, I went for a walk, and the problem is that I still had it on the top of my mind and I was still thinking about it, which is why I didn't come up with any ideas. And towards the end of that, it clicked and I said, you know what, I need to get creative. I need to do what I teach and do what I preach. And within 5 or 10 minutes of me saying, you know what, I'm not going to actively think about this today at all. I'm going to keep my notepad handy, but I'm not trying to work on this. I'm just going to free my mind. And the ideas just started coming like that. And it's because you have that open capacity to actually accept new ideas and solutions. So that's another thing that creativity is going to help you with. Also, you're going to get a certain sense of accomplishment with this. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to need to make or create a masterpiece, or that you're going to need to create something amazing in order to do that. Small little accomplishments can really build up and give you a lot of inspiration to do even more and get bigger. Small little accomplishments like, oh, I took 10, 15 minutes for myself today and didn't do anything, but just kind of poured into myself because I felt like it and I thought I was important for that day. You don't understand like the amazing effect that could have on you, and you start building yourself up every single day with these little accomplishments. If I did this and I did this and I was able to accomplish this, and then soon enough it's just going to propel you into doing even bigger things and wanting even more. And that's just it's gonna fulfill a certain purpose in your life to where you just get super excited every single day, and it's gonna be awesome. So it'll definitely give you some accomplishments, which will also bring about happiness and just being excited. And again, this is a tool that you'll be able to use and just kind of whip out to whenever you're feeling a little bit down or depressed, or something comes up, or there's something that you're not quite sure how to handle or deal with. This will be a tool that you can bring out and just say, you know what, I'm going to take a break, and I know exactly what to do to make myself feel better. And I'm going to break through this little creative challenge that I have going on. So, it's going to be, so this new series I'm creating is going to be about creativity and how to use it to develop a powerful mindset, and building a certain tool that you're going to be able to use and come back to help you overcome any challenges and really just break through them. So, since I am sculpting, though, this is my own personal medium of choice. This is clay, and I'm going to be showing you guys some of the stuff I'm working on just to kind of keep it a little more interesting. However, I do need to stress that this isn't about sculpting. This isn't me telling you that you need to dig into the clay. This is about creativity. So if that's drawing, if that's sketching, if that's painting, if that's scrapbooking, if that's photography, baking cakes, sewing, any of those types of things. This, whether it's also writing, anything like that. Just getting creative and learning how to use it and developing a mindset around it that's really just going to enrich your life and just make it so much fucking better. All right? And I know there's a few of you out there that are going to be like, because people tell me all the time I can't draw a stick figure and all that. Everybody says that I'm not creative and I can never do that. I challenge you on that one, because allow me to help you and I can prove you wrong, because I think that everybody has a certain level of creativity inside of them. Some people are, more apt to drawing or painting. Some people are more apt to writing or brainstorming, coming up with ideas on the fly, building. But everybody has something. It's just that they haven't used it, they're not used to using it, they don't want to use it, or they don't know how to reach it, or they haven't been able to reach it because it's been buried so far deep. Like the little child inside that's been buried in deep, because you're an adult now and you're living in a social world. Society's all around you telling you all kinds of different things. And it just hasn't been a big part in your life because you've had so many other things going on. So I'm going to help you guys, hopefully, to get back in touch with that child that's inside. I'm going to teach you guys how to create, how to get excited about it, and create with impact. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to build a big business or a brand. You could, and that could be what you're trying to go after, but that isn't what this is about. I want you guys to be able to use this, whether it's for personal pleasure, whether it's for a hobby, whether it's just something, a tool that you use to get away, or whether you're actually trying to build something out of it as, a brand or a business or something like that. So, I'm going to help you to try to find your true passion, something you're truly excited about, and, find that creative outlet. All right? The biggest thing, though, is you're going to actually have to take the steps and do something. All right? Think about a TV set. You have to actually turn it on to see the different channels. All right? We can search through all the different channels, whether it be painting, scrapbooking, photography, writing. And we can, browse through them. We can date a few ideas and see which ones you guys like. However, you do have to turn the TV set on in order for any of that to work. All right? So just think about that. We're going to get you to start getting creative. And we're going to find a station that you guys like, a certain passion that gets you excited and gets you juiced up and gets you energized. And then we're going to go after it. I'm going to teach you how to do it, not in a technical way, but in a mindset way. How to find the energy to do it, how to get excited about it, what to do when you find creative blocks, you don't know what to draw, you don't know what to create, or you try to tell me that you don't have time to do it because, you have less than 24 hours in your day, or, something along the lines of that. And what I'm hoping is that further along the way, you're going to discover that this actually applies to more things in life than just creativity. So for personal experience, just to share with you guys an example, growing up, I used to do a little bit of drawing, and that taught me anatomy, which I developed and pushed into my sculpture. Later on, I did some airbrush stuff, some illustration, some t-shirt airbrushing, and from there, I wasn't crazy about the medium or doing t-shirts exactly, but the techniques with the airbrush is what I use on my masks and my pieces that I make today. So everything that I've done so far with creativity has developed and gone to all areas of my life. Even being able to be consistent, being able to wake up and get to work and jump into the studio and doing what I need to do has taught me certain ways that my body works and certain things that I need to personally do for myself in order to get me in the right state and the right mode to actually go and do something, so that if something comes up and I need to help somebody out do this, or I have an opportunity to do something, or anything along the lines of that, I know exactly what I need to do to wake up early and get started, or to get myself in the right mode and the right state to be ready to go for that. So that's what this series is going to be all about, and I would love to hear you guys' input. I want to hear anything and everything that you guys are challenged and that you're trying to overcome. Because I've had plenty of them, and I'm going to share my experiences, but I also want to hear what you guys say so that I can help you break through. So anything, procrastination, analysis paralysis, which, basically overthinking, not knowing what to do, or getting stuck, creative blocks, anything like that. Anything even more on depth with the whole mindset, or not being able to find the time management or time mastery, or, I'm not in the right mindset. I got all these things going on, and I don't know how to get back into what I was trying to do. I used to be creative, but then all these things happen, and now it's constantly on my mind. I can't get through it, and every time I sit down, I just can't find any ideas because I got so much going on in my mind. Anything like that, you guys share with me, and I will help you out. So hopefully you guys learned something. And be on the lookout. I'm going to try to post these every week. I'm going to do a bunch of them and see what happens. And hopefully you guys like them. I will share with you pieces I'm working on, new little heroes in the works, as well as everything else. And I will talk to you guys later. One last thing. I challenge you guys to go out there and get creative. I don't care if you spend 5 minutes coloring a piece of paper in a coloring book, whether you sketch on the back of a notepad, or whether you sketch on your book at school. Don't do it on the inside. Do it on the covers like we used to do when we were kids. Don't ruin the books. Go out there, do something creative, have fun, and enjoy it.